Okay, well, I'll make it 10 o'clock, so let's get started. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to our webinar today, which is all about achieving growth in 2021. And what we're going to be looking at here is our four-step plan for the year ahead. I'm delighted this morning to be joined by Robert and Ibrahim from R. Johnson Limited. So welcome to you both.
Thank you, John.
Morning.
Good morning. We will have a Q&A session at the end of the webinar. So on your Zoom toolbar, if you click on the Q&A tool, that will allow you to put questions forward to us. We'll try and answer as many of those live as we can before the end of the presentation today. And we are recording this webinar, so if you want to go back over anything during the presentation, then a copy will be made available on the website later on today. Okay, so let me hand over to Ibrahim and Robert at this point, and I will see you for Q&As at the end. So over to you.
Thanks, Joe. Hi, guys, and welcome once again to our webinar. Hope you enjoy it. I'll be going through half of the presentation before I hand the microphone to Robert. I'll be taking questions at the end of presentation. So let's start. Let's discuss achieving growth in 2021 at R. Johnson and our four-step plan or remedy for the year ahead. 2021 and the new challenges, starting with the lockdown and the continuous negative impact on businesses. Many businesses had to shut down, especially the small businesses and mainly those who did not have the technology to enable them carrying their work duties from home. Some had to make people redundant to cut costs, and on the other hand, some did really well, like most of online retail companies, as most people intend to shop online rather than going out. We have another challenge is Brexit. Moving forward, we don't have all the answers for everything. We don't know how things are going to work yet. We're just moving gradually to the future. And as you're all aware, the world is changing and moving fast. And if you don't take actions on your business, your business may reach unpleasant situation or position in the future. However, we at R. Johnson have a vision and ready to support you and your business during the challenges and guide you to the bright side. There is a very famous quote I always remind myself with, and it says, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. You don't have to agree with me, but I believe planning is a vital key for success. So today I will share with you our four-step plan for the year. We will talk about real-time accounting and the role of technology, how us at R. Johnson use real-time accounting data to produce management accounts, helping you to manage your cash. Are you hitting revenue targets or not? Are you receiving money on time from your clients or paying debt on time? We will give you feedback on how your business performance and advising accordingly. Finally, how us at R. Johnson produce and use the KPI reports to drive success to your business. Real-time data. Real-time data is capturing and processing information immediately as it happens. For example, as a client, you don't have to wait to send us your invoices or bills in the post and facing a potential risk of delays or losing them. Now you can take a picture on your mobile phone, simple as, and download it to the cloud accounting system, which will enable us to review these transactions and work on it immediately. Let's talk about the implementation of real accounting data. Let's together define what's iCloud accounting. And I will put this in simple words. It's the new way of accessing your accounting software from the internet, from your PC, iPad, your mobile phone. Very simple. Which then gives you the option to access all your accounts anytime during the day and anywhere. For example, you could be on a holiday, sunbathing on a nice beach and able to view your accounts see where your business stands, authorized or unauthorized expenses, while you're having a cocktail on the beach. You'll be able to view your profile. You'll be able to view your profit or loss, all your options on your profile, your balance sheet, and you'll be able to take actions on time. And that's what we call real-time accounting. Moving to the next slide, the iCloud system have automatic backups, so the risk of losing your data or information is reduced to none, really, as you can easily retrieve your information at any time and without worrying about the physical loss or damage for any of your records. It gives you the option to connect your bank, and that will give us the option or enable us to analyze your business behavior and monitor where your money is spent, how we may save costs. It will help us clearly identify what's making a profit, so we can advise you in terms of how to maximize it. The cloud system upgrade itself by itself, one thing less to worry about. You'll get the options to communicate with us directly by the system, and your query will be received by a member of our team and dealt with within 24 hours window. Also, you will benefit from many other useful apps with the cloud accounting system, such as Receipt Bank, Xavier, HubDoc, and many other apps. Our expertise advisors will guide you on the best apps to use for your business and train you on how to use them. In R. Johnson, we use a few different cloud software, such as QuickBooks and Xero. And looking at Xero, let's talk about Xero as one of our main cloud accounting software. Xero is an automated cloud-based accounting software that can be updated in real time. It will keep track of your business transactions and gives you a clear view over your cash flow and business health. Xero Accounting and Payroll Management is designed to help you keep track of your ledger, cost, expenses, and balance sheets. Also, stock management, inventory management, and control for retail businesses. I personally find Xero a very powerful tool. You can use Xero from a standard web browser, from any computer with the internet connection. Once you're in Xero, it will give you the option to view your business reports, also receiving updates on your projects, which will be managed by us. Plan and control your budget to make your projects cost effective. Also, it will look after your payroll, no matter how many employees you have. It will also provide payment solutions in terms of paying suppliers or debt you owe. Real-time accounting will enable you to view your financial position at any time. So you don't have to wait until end of year to see how your business is doing. And thanks for the new technology allowing us to record the financial information as it happens. This is mostly done, as we mentioned before, by using the cloud software, such as Xero. Technology has to a large extent replaced the historical mandate of the financial function, with machine being capable of monitoring operational costs and patterns of organizational efficiency. And that has helped us to focus on the technical side of the process, to spot any trends and react early by taking any necessary actions. Also, you can find communicating and collaborating with our advisors much easier. Real-time information will be available for lenders and investors by collaborating with us and our advisors in terms of helping you getting the funding you need for your business. Move to implementing new system considerations in terms of how they're going to impact your business. And if you decide to choose us at R. Johnson to manage your business accounts, we will supply you with all the necessary software you need for your business with no extra cost. And we will also manage the migration from your old software to our cloud accounting system, so you don't have to worry about that at all. We will develop new strategies for your business and train you on how to benefit from using our systems. We will always be there to support you whenever you need advice. Now I'll hand the mic to Robert. Thank you very much, guys, for listening.
Thank you, Ibrahim. It cannot be overstated the importance of management accounts in this period, especially as businesses want to grow. Businesses have the problems of dealing with the post-Brexit period, and they've got to have a clear sight and oversight of what is happening in the business on a day-to-day basis. Management accounts help you do that. It gives you the vital performance insight you need, as well as provide KPIs and performance against those KPIs. It allows you to monitor your business for distress warnings, spotting areas for investments and growth as you go, and giving you access to finance. Most finance providers will request 3 to 6 months of management accounts data, and you will need that information. So what do you really need in a management accounting report? You need your profit and loss account showing you the EBITDA, earnings before interest, depreciation, and amortization. You need your net profit. You need your gross profit margins. You need to be able to see how you're doing in terms of your costs and in terms of your revenue. So it's always good to have a few months of data to compare, to look at the trends. It should also contain your balance sheet, giving you a good overview of your financial position at any particular point in time, and allowing you to see how things have changed on your balance sheet. So your assets, your liabilities, the movements on those, equity, if there's been any movement on that side as well. All this can be used to create ratios that will allow people, investors and lenders, to know how leveraged you are, how open you are, how your ability to service any funding that you take. Your management accounting reports should also allow you to see both your detailed and your summary receivables and your payables. This will let you take effective action about recovery and about paying your suppliers on time. You need to maintain good relationships with your suppliers, and it's even more critical at this stage because suppliers could help your business grow faster than it would normally grow at this stage because of what's happened with Brexit. Suppliers should be brought closer to your plans, and you should work closer with them because they can help you grow by delaying payment terms, by choosing payment terms that helps and syncs with your organization's cash cycles so that you can pay them at the time they're expecting that and they have budgeted for, and they can help you increase your activity levels. A good management account should also give you a good overview of your cash flow. You want to know your peaks and your troughs. You want to know about your sources of cash inflows and outflows. You want to know that your operations net cash flow is positive and that it is sustaining you, because without that being sustainable, your business is not going to last very long. Too many businesses fail because they run out of cash, and too many businesses look for funding too late, a little too late before it is needed. You also need to be able to compare your management accounts to your budgets and your targets. So you want to see how you're performing, your actuals are to your focus, and be able to take action if things are not going as planned. It's also an opportunity to reforecast where things are doing better than expected or worse than expected because of environmental issues or economic issues you cannot control. So trends and variances allows you to move, take action, understand the figures, and gain an understanding of the story behind the figures you're looking at. It also shows you opportunities for cost savings. For example, IT is one of those where a lot of businesses pay for so many different cloud storage spaces, Dropbox, OneDrive, ShareDrive, when they only need one. So your management accounts lets you pick up on those kind of things and allows you to drive down your direct and indirect costs. So what should the management reporting pack contain? For decision makers want to see the executive summary, possibly showing a summary, a brief summary of what's happened in the period, as in comparison to what was expected to happen in the period. The profit and loss report, the balance sheet, the cash summary, age receivables and payables, and discretionary information related to that particular organization. For example, our clients in retail, they are interested in their inventory management reports because they want to know how their products are performing, how their stock is performing. Both stock outs and overstock can be very costly. So cash management and forecast would also be needed in this period more than ever before. Businesses need to be able to know when they are going to need funds and be able to take appropriate actions. More than ever before, people are going to be in a position where they've funded the business up to now with government support, but government support can only go so far. And a lot of those supports will be running out at the end of March. So what happens afterwards? Afterwards, businesses need to know when they need funds. They need to know what they need the funds for. Is the funds for working capital? Is it for growth? Is it for expansion? All these things need to be understood properly. And there has to be an understanding of when sales being made on a daily basis are going to actually turn into cash and the costs that they have to also meet in the short term. As a minimum, businesses need to compile their 30, 60, and 90-day cash flow forecast and look into it and look into the circumstances that could change around that forecast. Identify potential peaks and troughs and make sensible use of cash and keep a sensible cash flow. Once you identify your peaks and troughs, if you have an opportunity to make savings and investments with cash, then do so reliably. If you know you've got a trough coming, then you need to make sure you're reaching out to lenders way ahead of time. If you've got enough time, you have a chance to build your credit score up to the point or standard required by lenders. If you apply early, you would have many funding options. If you apply 1 week to the time, then you will have less funding options and reduce your opportunities to get a cheap and accessible loan. Obviously, there are other types of funding, and lending might not be your way. But even if you were looking for equity, you want to do it ahead of the time. So there are various steps that need to be taken when putting together a cash flow forecast. You want to have your sales forecast information along with the direct costs and indirect costs. You want to make sure you've got an estimate of your VAT, of your PAYE liabilities, as well as corporation tax for those who are paying quarterly on account. Use of all these elements to compile your cash flow forecast is important and essential for you to have a forecast that totally represents what you need, which is complete information and insight about what your business needs in terms of cash control. A lot of businesses in the UK would have had age receivables build up. And age receivables build up because of moratoriums, age receivables build up because of relationships, age receivables build up because other businesses simply cannot pay. And now it is time to take action on the age receivables build up, because obviously the cheapest way to fund your business and to fund your working capital is your own funds. So to do that, we at R. Johnson offer a number of support around recovery, and credit control for any business is essential. So if you can work with your clients, your customers, on timing the payments into a way where they can afford it, then by all means do that. Incentivize them, make paying easy, use the likes of GoCardless, Stripe, make payments on a monthly basis if possible, because that would reduce the time you spend trying to collect. Foster positive working relationships with your customers, because you don't know what will change in the future. Everybody is working towards this to try to come out better on the other side. Or where you have opportunities to use the likes of R. Johnson to try to recover funds and to try to work with clients to get funds, then by all means use it too. So it's going to be essential that businesses continually monitor their KPIs. The KPIs will allow you to know early enough how you're doing. It will give your team a focus. It will give you all something to work towards. and it will allow you to make good decisions at a time when you can see things are going well or going wrong. If a KPI is being surpassed, then it is time to improve and move the goalpost. If a KPI is not reliable or is not relevant or is not achievable, then it is time to look at other KPIs and look at designing new ones. But your KPIs should let you know things like your revenue and turnover growth. Are you growing revenue at the rate you expected to grow? Is it growing this month by 5% because of an unexpected, unusual event? Is this sustainable? Is the growth you're seeing sustainable? Is the travel cost that you're seeing growing? I know travel costs wouldn't have been growing in the lockdown period because of the fact that we've all been at home. But there might be other costs that you've seen growing in this period that you need to pay attention to. It will also allow you to see your sources of income and be able to understand where your revenue concentration is. Is your profitability by client, is it leaving you exposed to one particular client? Is that particular client in a good economic position? Or is there something likely to change to their business because of Brexit or the lockdown or the pandemic that you need to be aware of? You need to be looking at your profitability over time, your working capital, and KPIs should help you do this. We work with our clients to set KPIs and help them manage this and report on this on their management reports. It might be also an opportunity for you to review your pricing. There is a case always to look at pricing, because if you're in a position where you can increase your prices to sell more and still make more, then it's always a decision you want to take. But if you need to reduce your cut price as well because of competition, and you feel that you can sell more at a marginal level, then you might also want to look into that. We are now ready to take any questions you may have.
Yeah, that's great, Robert. I would just like to add, obviously, little things to the KPI and share my personal experience. I worked in the retail industry for 10 years and used to produce KPI reports by myself. And it has really, really great benefits, not only from the finance side, the financial side, but also from the operational management side. If you are a business owner, how you can benefit from this, measuring your performance and evaluating your performance, that direct behavior, keeping actual metrics visible to everyone, such as scores, shows how is, and more importantly, who's not performing. Actual data allows a fact-use management approach. The difference between working hard and being busy. The direct behavior, if an employee knows how they are measured, their behavior is adjusted to perform towards that measure. It will also improve your decision making, as Robert said, the ability to make quicker, informed decisions based on factual data. It will give you a complete overview of progress towards goals. Hope you enjoyed our presentation. I'm ready to receive any questions, and I've already got one here. So all this sounds really good, but what's the cost? And I have a similar question here, Robert. What type of customers do you take? Similar to that. And they're asking, please could you tell us more about available packages you offer, including prices, and how to join you?
To join us is really simple because every business is different. We sort of don't want to apply one with one shoe fits all approach. So it's always easy to join us. The first thing to do is to make contact with us. You can make contact with us on LinkedIn, via our website, on the phone, email, and try to organize a free initial consultation meeting with us. And we will discuss your business and both evaluate the fee. There are a number of packages we offer for businesses that are VAT registered in the UK, businesses that are not VAT registered, and businesses that work in the EU as well. And those elements will impact the pricing. But we work with predominantly e-commerce businesses. That's where we are specialists, but we work with all UK SMEs and anybody in the UK, either an individual or or a business, we will work with you.
Thank you, Robert. I have another question lined up here, and it's regarding Brexit. Many of the UK companies had to shut down or end trading in the EU. What support do you offer for businesses who are still trading in the EU?
For businesses still trading in the EU, we've got partnerships with EU businesses to continue to help support our clients who are trading in the EU. And the best thing to do is to get in contact with us, and we'll continue to help you with the help of our partners who are trading in the EU. We still support businesses who are trying to register for EU VAT. We still support businesses who are trying to incorporate a business in the EU to continue to trade in EU or to open warehouses in the EU. And we will help you with VAT returns, most VAT returns, whatever is required in the EU countries you want to trade in.
Thank you very much, Robert. I have here another question. Can you help with pricing models for online businesses?
Yes, we can help with pricing models for online businesses. Usually we want our clients to look at what they are doing and to look at what the competition is doing. Usually we see that customers who trade on Amazon, for example, always want to win the buy box. Sometimes this is not advisable because you would probably sell all your products at a very low amount and not make a lot of profit on it. It's very, very easy to turn your viable goods into cash on Amazon, but sometimes it's actually not profitable. So you've got to look at your costs, and you've got to look at the products that you're selling. And if it makes sense for you to hold out and wait out at a higher price, then by all means do that. But if you work in an industry where you control the cost and you control the product and you can determine the price, then it's a lot easier because you've got more control. So yes, we work with customers in helping them determine the best pricing for their businesses, and we evaluate a lot of things to do that. Once you find a sweet spot, you want to stay there.
Okay, thanks, Robert. I have another question here, is regarding businesses who are receiving government funds. At some point, these funds will come to an end. What would you advise in terms of businesses funding themselves beyond that stage? Also have a similar question here. What do you suggest for business who need to raise capital once the government COVID funding ends?
Once government COVID funding ends, businesses need to, first of all, do their cash flows, their business plans. They've got to have a plan. They chart their plan to success, and we can help with that. We provide business consulting services that includes the production of business plans and cash flow forecasts. They need to know where they want to go, because any investor that's going to put money in their business needs to understand that they have got a roadmap and they've got a way to be profitable and a way to grow. So we always tell our clients to plan for growth. Yes, there's doom and gloom. You don't want to be a gloomster. You can be happy, and there are opportunities to now trade globally, digitally, anywhere you are. So I think the world has moved into a direction where you can still sell online, and you can still sell anywhere you are, and you can sell to more people. So the idea is to try to make your goods and your services global and sell to a global audience. Once you're in that position, you'll be able to access funding. I was reading the FT recently, and Mohammed El Aran, a renowned financial analyst, was saying that cash is slushing around looking for a home. The translation of that is that investors have a lot of money that they don't know where to put. They're looking for safe businesses with reasonable and viable options to invest in. So once you can show that you've got a viable business that can turn around profit, then you will have a lot of people ready to give you the funding you need. So you first of all have to be clear about what you want to do. Make sure that your products are actually sellable and there's a business there, and we can help you and support you with all that. There's still a lot of funding around available out there, equity, debt funding, so many other funding supports out there, and we can help you with that. So get in touch and let's talk about your business. Let's do a business health check and review your position, your financial position, your ability to turn around and use the funds you're about to take well, and let's help you get that funding.
Thanks, Robert. That's very informative. We have another question here. We are not sure if can access R&D tax credits. How can we find out as part of our planning for this year?
R&D is always something where you've got to do a few checks. Are you moving the needle? That's the first question. Are you moving the needle? Are you doing something somebody else has not done? It's always good to do a health check first. That's one of the things we can help you do. We can help you. We'll normally send you a questionnaire that will gather all the information for us, and we will be able to sit with you and look at it and review if you're doing something that is different from what is already done. The government supports businesses in research and development, and they would help you, and they will allow you, to take the tax credit if you've done that, if we can prove that what you've done is research and development. The first guide really is, are you moving the needle? Are you doing something somebody else has not done? Are you doing something difficult? And did you plan? Did you set out to do research and development from the off? So this is something we can walk through with you, and we are always happy to do that. Just get in touch.
Thanks, Robert. Have another one here. That's a very interesting one, Robert. Would you take a client who has his VAT or audit due regardless of the short notice report? Let's say I'm a small business. I've been trading for a year or two. I didn't hire any accountants before, so my files need rearranging. My VAT is due in a week or less than a week. Robert, would you help a business like that?
We always try to support clients. The first thing that people know when they join R. Johnson is that we are here to help. That's all we want to do. We just want to help people. We just want to be there to support people. And that's what adds the value to the work we do. We won't turn a business away, but we will set realistic expectations. We don't control the HMRC in any way, shape, or form. We actually have a very open and transparent relationship with the HMRC. So if you don't want to open your books to the HMRC, don't get in touch. We will help you open your books to them and make clear what you've done. If you've done things well, then there's nothing to be worried about. We will help you get your accounts up to date and do that within realistic timelines. We're very fast because we use cool technology and fast technology, but then there's still a lot of checks to be done and things need to be done right. Yes, we will take you if you're in difficulty, if you've got a VAT audit, but we are realistic about what needs to be done and how it needs to be done. It's about working with the taxman and trying to get them to understand your position, and we'll help you do that within the rules.
Thanks, Robert. We're the ones who get the job done. Right, another one here. Are you limited to work with clients from certain areas, or do you work with anybody regardless where they are?
Because of the new rules and the changes Brexit has brought, we can only work with clients in the UK. We predominantly work with e-commerce businesses selling services or goods online, anybody selling online, digital services. And we are specialists in that area, but we will work with any UK business, either as an individual or as a business. Our sweet spot is with SMEs, and we do well there. But we will support anybody in the UK.
That's great to know. Right, one last question here. How do you offer support for businesses to get business grants? That's a very interesting one.
Yeah. So currently, when we speak to a business that needs a grant, one of the first things we do is the business consulting, which involves producing a business plan, producing the cash flow forecast. Understanding your business properly would allow us to do those things, and we will work with you to do that. Then we'll look at the grants that are available and are suitable for your business, and we'll help you apply for those grants if you need us to. And we work with a number of organizations, including the Business Growth Hub, and we'll try to help you access those grants in the best way possible. We will help you put your best foot forward.
Thanks, Robert. That's everything. I can't see any questions here. Joe, we're ready if you want to take over, or we can wait for more people to ask.
Okay, well, lots of questions. That was great. Thank you. Again, thanks very much for the presentation. As I said, any questions or any further questions, we're here to help. You can find out how to contact us by visiting the website at rjohnson.limited. And as I mentioned earlier, we will be putting a copy of this recorded webinar with all the questions on the website later on today. So it leaves me at this point to say thank you to Ibrahim and to Robert for a really good presentation. Thank you very much. Thank you to the audience for all of your questions today. And we look forward to our next webinar. Thank you.
Thank you
Very much. Thanks.